Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and this is Ralph, and Happy New Year everyone. I hope you're all keeping well and safe in your part of the world. Today's class is a 60-minute wrist-free Vinyasa class. It's a flowing, steady-paced, full body flow for those times when you may be supporting a wrist or hand injury, or you just like to give your hands a break. So there's no downward dogs or push-ups except for Ralph's, and the only prop you may need is a yoga block. So thanks for joining. I hope you enjoy. Namaste. And begin your practice in Garudasana, kneeling at the back of your mat. And just laying your hands into your lap and adjusting all the bones of your spine so you feel elegantly long, tall and upright. Gently close down the eyes. Soften your expression. And begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils. And to begin our practice, start to connect with our breath and also just allow ourselves to land here, letting go of any tension. So taking a generous breath in, really breathe all the way up to the top of your chest. Pause for a moment, and then an open mouth exhale, just letting it go. Twice more just like that, a really full, deep breath, and then let it go. Breathing in, and an open mouth exhale, and then sealing the lips, breathing in and out through the nose. And setting a rhythm and pace for your practice with your breath. Taking one more deep, full breath in and out. Gently blinking the eyes open and just laying the hands, palms face down on the knees, and we'll start to wave the spine. As you breathe in, just gently lift the chest, draw the front of the shoulder heads back, turn your gaze up. And as you breathe out, round the spine, hug your belly in, chin drops in toward your chest. And just stay with that movement. Beginning to free the joints of your spine. And also giving yourself a chance to allow your movement to follow the shape of your breath. One more round in each direction. And coming back to a neutral spine. From here, raise the hips as you breathe in and reach your arms up alongside your ears. As you breathe out, just take an open twist, send your left arm back, your right arm forward, turning your torso lightly to the left. Breathing in, face forward, reach the arms up alongside your ears. And as you breathe out, take the arms down to a T, buttocks down, and take eagle arms, right arm on top, left arm under. Wrapping the arms or catching opposite shoulders, projecting your forearms forward. Spreading the skin through your upper back. Unravel the arms, lift the hips, reach the arms. And as you breathe out, float the arms down to a T and step your left foot out in line with your right knee for Gait pose, side bend. Let your left hand travel down to your left leg, your right arm up alongside your ear and then overhead to your left. Fan out through the right side of your rib cage. And let your left hip lean a little to the right, keeping the left leg fully engaged. As you breathe in, reach both arms up alongside your ears. And as you breathe out, step the left knee in and set the buttocks down on your heels, hands to prayer. Second side, raise the hips, reach the arms, breathe in. Breathing out, open twist to your right arm to the back of your room, left arm forward. Breathe in, reach the arms up, face forward. As you breathe out, float the arms down to a T, your buttocks down, eagle arms, left arm on top, right arm under. And settling your gaze toward where your elbows cross. Broadening through your upper back. As you breathe in, release the arms, lift the hips and step your right foot out to set up for Gait pose. Whole sole of the right foot on the floor, arms out wide, side bend to your right hand down to your right leg, left arm up and overhead. Try and straighten through your left elbow, draw the front of your left shoulder back in space and let your right hip crease just melt over to your left. Deep, smooth, even breath. As you breathe in, reach the arms up, bring the torso upright. Breathing out, right knee steps in, back to kneeling, buttocks to the heels, hands to your heart center. And then coming into extended child's pose here, stay kneeling, reach the arms forward. Spread all your fingers to their end range. Stretch through your arms, your armpits, the sides of your waist, leaning your buttocks back toward your heels. As you breathe in, lift up just a little way, look forward and drop the forearms down so they're shoulder width apart. Tuck the toes, lift your hips and come into dolphin prep. Light bend in the knees there. Sit bones tilt toward the ceiling, pressing evenly down through the inner forearms. And then lift the heels, straighten the legs. As you exhale, lower the heels. Any amount there, stretch down through the back seams of your legs. Twice more, lifting the heels, breathe in. Lower the heels, breathe out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. From here, knees down to the floor, buttocks to the heels, extended child's pose. Let your arms straighten out, keep the fingers spread. Once more, onto the forearms, lift the hips, tuck the toes, hips up and back. And then from here, walking out to a forearm plank. Let your feet step back so your body comes parallel with the floor. Lightly squeezing the glutes toward each other, the hip points toward each other so the midsection engages, and keep pressing down through the forearms and keep your gaze forward. And taking 2 more smooth breaths. Knees down to the floor as you exhale and melt all the way down onto your belly. We'll set up for Sphinx Pose. Just walk your elbows forward so they're slightly forward of your shoulders. Forearms stay down there. Stretch all your toes back, engaging through the legs. And then bring the ribs and chest forward through your arms to lift into a comfortable back bend. Try not to let your neck hinge here, keeping all that length through the back of your neck. And then as you exhale, melt all the way down to the floor and reach your arms forward. Arms shoulder width apart and just space the feet now hip distance apart. And we're going to seesaw between locust through the arms and the legs. So as you breathe in, keep the legs down, just reach the arms up alongside your ears and lift your chest. Feel your low back engaged. As you breathe out, send the hands down and raise the legs. Any amount there, legs stay engaged. And then seesaw between the two, legs down, arms up. Exhale, hands down, legs up. And really try and concentrate as you move between the two, keeping that nice uniform arch through the spine, so no one part of your spine feels abrupt. Starting to activate the muscles either side of the spine. Just one more round each way here. And lower all the way down, and we're going to transition back through forearms. So just slide the elbows back underneath the shoulders, forearms are down, tuck the toes, and rolling on your knees, lift yourself back up. And take your buttocks to your heels with your toes tucked underneath behind you. Just use the balance of your fingertips here to come to a standing forward fold at the back of your mat, landing your heels down, lifting your buttocks up toward the ceiling, keeping a light bend in the knees, forward fold. And you can cross your elbows here, just catching a hold, inner elbows, or even interlace your fingers behind the back of your head as the crown of your head descends down toward the floor. And try not to be stagnant here. Just bring a little bit of movement into your standing forward fold, rocking from your heels to your toes, maybe swaying side to side through the torso. Keeping your breath active and generous. And then releasing your hands to the floor, hang in a ragdoll. Deeper bend in the knees and pushing down through your feet, just roll up through the spine. Bring your head, neck and shoulders up last. Just roll the shoulders back. And we'll walk to the top edge of our mat to begin our flow. Stand at the top edge of your mat with your feet hip distance apart. Spread all your toes, all four corners of your feet, plant down. And then from here, as you breathe in, bend the knees, come into chair pose, reaching the arms alongside your ears. And then feel for an engagement between your hip points, the tailbone lengthening down, front of the hip points lifting up, elongating your spine. And then we'll just start to balance in our flow. As you breathe out, float the arms down, transfer your weight onto your right foot, raise the left knee, and then return to your chair, left foot down, arms reach up alongside your ears. Just moving slow between the two, balance on your left foot, raise the right knee, arms float down, and then step down, chair, buttocks down just a little lower, reach the arms. Transfer onto the right foot, raise the left knee, and hold here for your balance. So your right leg straight, light engagement through the right buttocks. Now reach your arms up alongside your ears. And then from here we're going to transition into a high lunge. So just tilt the torso forward, lightly step back with your left foot. And when you land, place your feet hip distance apart. You might need to walk that right foot over into the right lane. Bring your torso upright. And then just notice and observe the comfort levels in your low back spine and the pelvis. Might be able to improve that by lifting the front of your hips up. Maybe a little bend in your back knee. And then lift and expand through your chest, through the reach of your arms. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, float your arms down and lower your left knee to a hover. Inhale, reach the arms, straighten the left leg. Exhale, lower and hover. Inhale, reach the arms, reach back through your back heel. Exhale, lower and hover. High lunge as you breathe in, moving into arrowhead. Keep the back leg straight and tip your torso forward. Keep your arms alongside your ears. Drawing a diagonal line from the back of your skull to the back of the left heel, keeping the left leg fully engaged, pressing down through the center of your right heel. And stay here through the torso, just swim your arms back alongside your body. If it's available to you, you can interlace your fingers behind your back, scooping the shoulder blades in toward each other, and the front of the arm bones lift up away from the floor. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Just notice the shape of your spine, keeping it long and extended. Return to your high lunge as you breathe in, and as you go, straighten out through your right leg. So you've got two straight legs, arms overhead. Press the palms, re-lunge your right knee and make your way into a reverse prayer twist. Left elbow outside of your right knee. Keeping your left leg fully engaged. Gently turning your gaze out over your right shoulder. Broadening across the front of your chest, trying to move your sternum toward your thumbs. Stay with me. Keep breathing. And returning to your high lunge, bring the torso face forward, arms reach up. As you breathe out, you're going to catch your balance. Take your left knee in toward your chest, float the arms down. Return to your chair, left foot down, arms reach. And then press to stand, reach the arms tall, hands to your heart center as you breathe out. Take an extra breath here. Second side, bend the knees, reach your arms, chair pose. Balance on your left foot, raise the right knee up toward your chest, float the arms down. Return to chair, breathe in. Balance on your right foot now, raise the left knee, light squeeze to the right buttocks. Both feet down, chair pose, breathe in, sink low. Balance on your left foot, raise the right knee. Hold here for your balance. Get nice and steady, feel all four corners of your left foot balancing you. Reach the arms up, overhead. And equal effort here, torso forward, right leg back. As you step back into your high lunge, torso comes upright, abdominals engage. Feeling for a lightness and buoyancy in your upper body, steadiness, sense of ease in your lower body. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the arms and your right knee toward the floor. Inhale, reach the arms, high lunge. Alternate between the two, back knee lowers. Arms lift, right leg straightens. Last one. Arms reach up, returning to your high lunge, transitioning into arrowhead. Keep your right leg fully engaged and hinge from your hips as you take the torso forward out over your front thigh to a hover. Hold here, extend through the back of your neck. You can feel your chin lightly nod in toward your chest, crown of the head drawing forward. And swimming the arms back behind you now, either alongside your body or interweave all your fingers behind your back. Broadening across your chest, lifting the shoulder heads, breathing deep. And returning to your high lunge, release the arms, reach the arms overhead, and two straight legs here. And then re-lunge your left knee, press the palms and make your way into a reverse prayer twist. Right elbow hooks to the outside of your left knee now. Take your time to arrive. Back knee can come to the floor here if it feels more steady for you. Gently turning the gaze out over your left shoulder. Feeling for space across your collarbones. Steadiness in the lower part of your body. Return to your high lunge as you breathe in, torso upright, arms reach. And then balance, catching your right knee up toward your chest, your arms float down. Return to chair, both feet down, arms rise. Press to stand, straighten the legs, hands to your heart center. Take a couple of extra breaths, reset. Find your focus. Feet stay hip width apart as we begin our next in Vinyasa. Bend the knees, reach the arms, chair pose. And again, just balance on your right foot, raise the left knee. Arms float down. Back to chair, breathe in. We're adding on here, balance on your left foot, raise the right knee. Light squeeze to the left buttocks. Back to chair, breathe in. Onto the right foot, raise the left knee and hold it here. Arms are down by your side. Now you can keep your left knee bent as you balance here as we come into standing big toe pose. Or if you're feeling a little bit more open, more flexible, take a bind. Left peace fingers and thumbs around your left big toe. And you can either stay there, bent knee with the bind, or experiment with it, extending your left leg out straight, kicking your heel forward. Stay strong, stable in your right leg. Now take the right hand out to your right, palm faces forward. And take the left leg very slowly out to your left. Just a comfortable external rotation through your left inner thigh. Maintaining your balance, holding your steady gaze. If you've got a bent knee, the knee just floats out to the side, opening up through the hip. Slowly return to center, bringing the left foot forward. Take both hands to your hips wherever you are, extending the left leg out straight, kicking out through the heel. And then from here, light bend in your right standing leg to travel through Warrior 3. Left leg kicks back and we're going to arrive in a Warrior 2. So just landing lightly, left foot grounds down, arms open wide, level with the floor. And just to reset, we'll reach the arms up overhead, 5-point star, both legs straighten, really push into your feet. And then return to your Warrior 2. And if you have that range here, you can maybe find a little bit of a longer, deeper stride. Right heel can creep forward. Torso upright and centered. Right knee tracking forward. Steady gaze and a smooth breath. And one more full cycle of breath. As you breathe in, reverse your warrior. Left hand slides down your back leg, right arm reaches up and over. As you breathe out, come into a side angle. Return here. So it could be easy side angle, forearm on your knee, left arm straight up. If you'd like to go a little deeper, take the left arm overhead, drawing that diagonal line from your fingertips to the edge of your left heel. Just pause and breathe. Left collarbone moving back in space, keeping the chest open, your lungs available. Pushing down through your front heel, return to your reverse warrior, reaching up and back. And then come a little deeper or return to where you were, side angle, Parsvakonasana. If you've got a deeper variation that you're familiar with, finding it here, could be a half bind, full bind. I like to catch the right hand to my inner ankle, left arm overhead. And just drop the hips down just a little lower, finding that 90-degree angle through the right leg. Power up your left leg as you continue to breathe. There's a rest coming up, stay with me. Pushing down through your front leg, release your hands if you had a bind, coming back to reverse, and as you reverse, straighten your right leg as you go. Coming into triangle pose, Trikonasana, you might like to shorten your stance as you transition. Right hand to your shin, perhaps a bind, or take the right hand to the outside of your right foot. Try and emphasize and prioritize length through both sides of your waist. And belly button pointing out toward the long edge of your mat. The line of your spine extended and long. And once more we'll return here, so perhaps not finding your absolute edge, just staying within that so your breath can stay steady and at ease. Legs engaged. As you breathe in, reverse your triangle, come all the way up, enjoy the stretch, fan out the right side rib cage. And a variation here on triangle, a little bit more for your core, reach the right arm forward, alongside your right ear, left arm forward alongside your left ear. And keeping your torso on that lateral plane, your abs engaged, your legs strong. Feel your breath. 2 more here. And then pushing down through both feet, rise all the way up. Take your arms overhead as you go. And then hands to your hips. Pivot on your left toes, turning them forward. So you can just step forward, bringing your feet hip distance apart. Bend the knees, find your chair pose, just here for a beat. Reach the arms, drop the buttocks. And then push into your heels to press to stand. Float the hands down. Take an extra breath. A little pause, and we'll move into the second side. Bend the knees, reach the arms, come into chair. Balance on your left foot, float the arms down, right knee lifts. Chair pose, breathe in, reach the arms straight and long. Balance on your right foot, left knee lifts. Left foot down, chair pose, breathe in. Balance on your left foot, right knee lifts. Hold your balance here. Find a steady gaze. And then either right hand to the top of your right knee or right peace fingers and thumbs around your big right toe. You can stay here or challenge your balance, kicking the right heel forward, making an L shape with your legs. And then floating the left arm slowly out to your left side, floating the right leg with control out to your right side. Staying patient, resetting if you need to. And then returning to center. So your right heel is going to kick forward, hands come to your hips. We're going to travel through Warrior 3, torso tips forward, right leg kicks back to land in Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Land as lightly as you can, find your balance. Track the eyes of your left kneecap now forward, firm and straight in your right leg. Then take a little bit of the heat off, just straighten both legs, reach the arms up, come into a 5-point star. As you breathe out, return to your Warrior 2, finding an accessible lunge through your front thigh. Checking in with your breath. Steady and smooth. Holding the legs where they are. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches up and back. As you exhale, side angle pose, Parshvakonasana. Forearm can come to your front knee. Right arm up and over. Pause for a couple of breaths. You really extend through the right side of your body. Notice its whole shape from the heel to the edge of your fingers. Notice if your elbows bend, or you can straighten. You can maybe turn the chest a little more open toward the long edge of your mat. Push down through your front foot, come all the way up, reverse your warrior, keep the legs where they are. As you exhale, find side angle once more, perhaps a little deeper. Completely optional. Nice variations, take the right hand behind your back. Find a little half bind there. Left hand can creep down to your inner ankle. Just be sure that your left knee stays tracking forward, doesn't roll in. Left buttocks tucks in toward the midline of your body. Find a steady, easeful breath. Push down through your front foot, we're reversing, and as you reverse your warrior, straighten your left leg. And triangle pose now, Trikonasana, just a regular one as we start. Your shape, 2 strong straight legs, kneecaps lifting the quads, Feet are active, toes are spread without gripping. Chest expanding through the reach of your arms. Breathe smooth. Next breath in, reverse your triangle, reach up and back. As you exhale, come into that variation on triangle, reaching your arms alongside your ears and hinging over from your hips. So it's easy to lock out the front knee here, make sure it stays engaged. Even a little micro bend can help here to keep you steady. Nice firm abdominal core. Try and keep that full body awareness so you're supporting yourself. As you inhale, come all the way up, 2 straight legs, arms overhead, and then hands to your hips. Turn on your right toes now and step forward, coming into chair pose, feet hip distance apart. Bend the knees, we're just here for a beat. Bend the knees and reach the arms, and then press your way to stand. Settle your hands to your heart center. For the next sequence, you might like your block, and you can place the block to the left side of your mat here. So feet stay hip distance apart. We'll return to our chair, bend the knees, reach the arms, just building heat through the legs, and we'll balance on your right foot, raise the left knee up, arms float down. Take the left foot down, return to chair. Balance on the left foot, raise the right knee, arms float down. And then back to chair pose, hold here. In chair pose, 2 feet down, press the palms, lower them down to your heart center, and go ahead, take a twist from here. So your right elbow can come to the outside of your left knee. We've been here in this shape in reverse prayer twist before, or if you can keep it a little bit more open, just taking your right forearm in front of your shins, left hand to the small of your back. Drop your buttocks down and curl your tailbone down toward the floor. Feel the front of your abdominals hug back toward your spine so they're not spilling. Open through your chest, left collarbone back in space. And then come back to your chair pose as you breathe in. Take your hands to your hips, straighten the legs, and step your right foot back, coming into pyramid pose. Right foot in the right lane, left foot in the left lane, and hips level, square to the top edge of your mat. You might like to take a shoulder option here by taking reverse prayer hands behind your back, catching opposite elbows, or simply keep the hands on your hips, elbows pointing back. Inhale, lift and open your chest. As you exhale, forward fold, extending your spine, folding out over the midline of your left leg. And then begin to build that foundation with your feet, spreading through your feet, making sure you feel anchored. Your legs feel really strong. Experiment with maybe a little micro bend in your left knee. Keep your right leg super straight. And then with each breath, finding a little bit more length. Each breath out, navel draws back toward your spine, perhaps folding a little deeper. Staying in your comfortable range of motion. Feel both sides of your waist lifting and lengthening. The crown of your head lengthening either toward the floor or forward to the top edge of your mat. As you breathe in, press down through your left foot and come all the way back up. And then keeping the left hand on your left hip, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Keep the legs just where they are, reaching forward again. Torso over the midline of your left leg, and we'll take a twist, revolved triangle, Paravita, Trikonasana. So your right hand might like to land on the block here to the outside of your left foot, If it's still too much, just elevate your right hand to the outside of your left knee, left hand to the small of your back. If you're feeling steady, right fingertips can come to the floor, left hand to the sky, drawing a T with your arms, and revolving. Try not to take your head beyond the line of your left leg. So you're really trying to rotate from the mid-back, your upper back, as you revolve, keeping the pelvis fairly stable and also comfortable. Won't stay here for long. As you inhale with a firm core, come all the way up to the straight legs, arms overhead, and then take your hands to your hips and turn toward the long edge of your mat. Widen your feet, turn your heels out, angle your big toes in, spread leg forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Elbows point back, take a deep breath in, lift the chest, and as you exhale, forward fold between your wide legs. Hands can run down your legs. You might like to take a big toe bind here if that's accessible. You might like to cross and hold your elbows if you have air between the mat and your head, or you can take your hands to the floor. Pause and linger here, savor your breath, the rest with your head below your heart. Deep stretch through the back of your legs, gently tipping your weight forward toward your toes. And then just take a halfway lift, coming up halfway, and hands to the hips, and come all the way up. So here we're going to transition to the back of our mat, but we're going to face the front of our mat. So just a light bend in the knees, and go ahead, step your left foot to meet your right at the back, and turn, a little quarter turn to face the top edge of your mat. And we are going to practice a balancing sequence where we alternate between our balancing leg all the way up our mat. We'll begin with tree pose, nice simple asymmetrical balance. Balancing on your right foot here, get a little lighter on the left foot, and then lifting the left foot, placing the left sole of your foot on the inseam of your right leg, either below or above your knee. Just finding your balance. Noticing the line of your spine. Gently lengthening the tailbone down when you find your center. Lengthening the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Resting your hands to your heart center. And then from here we're going to balance into an eagle, but we'll balance on our left foot now, stepping the left foot now to the middle of your mat. Bend the left knee and wrap the right leg over the top. Might be able to hook the right foot around the back of your left calf. If not, just tap the right toes to the floor. Hug your inner thighs toward one another, sinking the buttocks down. With your right leg wrapping on top, opposite arm on top, left arm on top, right arm under. Garudasana, eagle pose. Unraveling now and transitioning into a half moon. The right foot steps to the top edge of your mat, perhaps over into the right lane. Left leg floats up behind you, right hand to the floor, revolving to your left, left hand to the ceiling. Pause for a couple of breaths. If you'd like to add on, option to take Ardha Chandra Chapasana, taking a bind, left hand to catch your left foot, Returning to your half moon if you had the bind. And then quietly, with grace, stepping forward, feet hip width apart, bend the knees, chair pose. Press to stand and hands to your heart center. Extra couple of breaths, reset. Letting go of any tension that may have just built up with the challenge of balance. And we begin again. Bend the knees, reach your arms. Chair pose. Balance on your left foot, arms float down, raise the right knee. Chair pose, breathe in. Balance on your right foot, raise the left knee, arms float down. Chair pose, breathe in, pause here, 2 feet down. Press your palms and take your twist. Now to your right, left elbow hooks to the outside of your right thigh, or you take that variation, bringing and giving a little bit more space to your twist. Left forearm could sit in the front of your shin. Chair pose. As you breathe in, you release from your twist. Press to stand, take your hands to your hips. Now we step our left foot back and find pyramid pose. Any variation with the arms that feels accessible and available to you today. Deep breath in, 2 straight strong legs, lift the chest, and then hinge from the hips. Feel the low belly hug in as you fold forward. Try and level out through your waist, so both hip points and your waist are level with the floor as you fold forward. Look down at your right kneecap and really hug and lift so you feel the quad muscles engage. Very subtly transfer your weight into the big toe mound of your right foot, inner heel, to hold your balance. Enjoy the stretch, energy running up the legs, and extended extension, and a long extended feeling through your upper body. Breathing in, you're coming all the way up, torso upright, keep the legs just where they are. You may like to move the block to the outside of your right foot now. Left hand up toward the ceiling. Revolved triangle, Paravita, Trikonasana. So just remembering as you revolve, trying not to take the crown of your head beyond the midline of your right leg. So very conscious of how you're twisting. It's very easy to stay fully present here as you manage balancing and twisting all at the same time. Just connecting with your breath, trying to stay easy as you go. Release from your revolved triangle. We're going to come all the way upright through the torso. Turn toward the long edge of your mat. And this time we take temple pose. The heels turn in, your toes turn out. And then we just bend the knees here. Hands can stay at your hips or any variation there. So you might like to take your hands a little closer down to your inner ankles with your elbows sort of pressing toward your inner knees to encourage your inner thighs to open. Might like to stay a little bit more elevated. And then go ahead, press to stand, straighten both your legs, and then with your hands on your hips, a little bend in both knees, and step to the back of your mat. Turn a quarter turn to face the front of your mat for our balance down the mat. Okay, so here we're going to balance on our left foot. We start and begin in tree pose. Right knee turns out, a little bit lighter on the right toes. Take your time to find that optimal place for your right foot. Try and sandwich the standing leg into the sole of your foot to give you that midline balance. And picture the very center of your left heel, dropping an anchor into the ground, crown of the head reaching up. Vinyasa, tree pose, great for your focus. And from here we travel to the middle of our mat, right foot steps down, eagle pose, Garudasana, left leg wraps over the top of the right leg, and you hug the legs together toward the midline of your body. Might be able to wrap the left leg there. Arms wrap opposite to the legs. Right arm on top, left arm under. And sit the buttocks back and down. So you've got a full ledge with your right leg. Checking in with your breath. If it feels choppy, just try and smooth it out, even if you're taking quicker breaths. And here we unravel into a half moon, balancing on our left foot. Left foot steps up to the top edge of the mat. Right leg floats out behind us. You open your torso out to the right. Right arm can reach for the ceiling. Staying strong in your left standing leg. And taking that option, if you'd like to, right hand to catch your right foot in shavasana. Nice quad stretch too. And gently release, open out, give everything a bit of length and space, then look down, step the right foot forward, come back to your chair pose. Bend the knees, reach the arms, and then press to stand. Hands can rest to your heart center, standing at the top of your mat. Deep breath in through the nose, really fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. And then sweep the arms up overhead. We're going to come into malasana, squat pose. Widen the feet as you lower your arms, turning your toes out, heels in. And come to sit all the way down on the back of your legs. And find a comfortable shape for your body. If you're more elevated, that's quite okay. If you'd like to sit a prop underneath your buttocks, a block, if you have it there, that can work as well. Guide your inner thighs toward your knees out, away from one another. Lengthen your spine. And then take your right fingertips out on a diagonal and reach the left arm up and over to your left. Take a twist. And then just switching sides, thread the left arm on the inside of your left knee, fingertips to the floor, right arm up toward the ceiling. Expanding across your collarbones, your chest. And then both hands down. With control, we're going to sit the buttocks down and move to the middle of our mats. And then feel for your sit bones. Knees bent, feet to the floor. We'll set up for boat. Navasana. We'll rock back onto the soft part of your buttocks and support the back of your legs with your hands. Raise the legs to a right angle. And then with your hands there supporting you, see if you can get a little taller. Optimize that length through your spine, including the back of your skull. So sometimes the head wants to really nod forward here. Just feel the shape through the back of the body, the part you can't see. Firm the belly. If you feel comfortable, release your arms alongside your calves. If you're feeling very steady, strong, and it's available, straighten the legs. Deep breath in. Exhale, feet to the floor. Scoot the buttocks toward your heels and squeeze the knees in, lift the spine, stretch out. And then Take the hands to the back of your knees again, round the spine so you kind of C-curve the spine, and with control roll all the way down onto your back. And with your knees bent and your feet to the floor, smooth out through your back body. And we'll take a quad stretch from here and take your right heel toward your left buttocks underneath your left leg. Left hand comes to catch a hold of your right toes, and then just soften the right knee down toward the floor so you feel that lovely stretch through the top of your right thigh. And you can pause here, or if you'd like, we can add on. So if you'd like to add on, raise the left foot to a right angle, right hand catches the top of your left shin. And if you're feeling okay there, the left foot can step to the outside of your right thigh. Place the whole sole of your left foot on the floor. And you can gently encourage your left knee over to the right. So you feel for a light twist and out a hip stretch, quad stretch. Take 2 more breaths. And then gently unravel wherever you're at. Both feet back to the floor. Realign your spine. And then left foot toward your right buttocks, right hand to your left toes. Let the left knee relax down toward the floor. You can add on from here. The right foot can lift to a right angle. Left hand catches the front of your right shin. And then right foot can step to the outside of your left thigh, finding that really mild twist. Out a hip stretch through the IT band. And one more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Unravel your legs, take both feet, step them to the floor, heels quite close to your buttocks. And we'll practice bridge pose and option to take the arms overhead, but if you're feeling less mobile in your shoulders, arms can stay by your side for our bridge. With your feet fully planted on the floor, reach the arms overhead. Same time, lift the hips and come into a bridge pose. Another option here is your elbows can bend and you can find cactus arms, whatever feels more open and spacious for you. Light squeeze of the buttocks toward one another. Then as you breathe out, just take the arms down alongside your body, lower the hips, same time. Arms overhead, raise the hips, keep the thighs parallel with one another. Exhale, lower the arms, lower the buttocks. Inhale, arms overhead, raise the hips and hold. Just notice where the weight is in your feet if you can, and spread it out evenly through all 4 corners of your feet. Pressing into the heels, just going to lightly lift and pulse the hips. And feeling the base of your glutes, top of your hamstrings working for you. Last 2. Lower the hands alongside your body, and peel down through your spine, touching down the back of your pelvis. Bring the knees in, gather them in toward your chest, and give yourself a little rock side to side. And then from here, we've got about another 8 minutes before we hit 60 minutes. And if you're feeling like you'd like to take an inversion, you could move into your variation of an inversion now. For a couple of minutes, could be a headstand, maybe legs up the wall, or perhaps just legs straight up toward the ceiling. Making sure it doesn't feel too energetic or overactive as you approach the end of your practice. If you'd like to follow me, I'm coming into Happy Baby, staying on your back there, spine in one straight line. Just widen the knees, lift the feet and catch a hold, pinky toe sides of your feet with your hands. And just gently, without force, bring the knees down toward your armpits. And perhaps taking a little bit of a rock side to side. Noticing any space that may have opened up for you in the hips here at the end of your practice. If you're upside down, you're just keeping that nice calm breath, steady gaze connected with your whole body. Stepping your left foot to the floor, find a hip groin stretch. If you're moving with me, right ankle to the top of your left knee, flexing at your right toes and gathering your hands behind the back of your left knee there. You can keep your head lifted or rest your head back if it's available. Really just depends on your hip flexibility there. Just keeping that sense of ease in all your shapes. If you have been upside down, just gently making your way down, resting in a child's pose just for a few beats, something quiet, introspective. And if you're moving with me, we're just switching sides, hip groin stretch. So left ankle crosses over the top of your right knee, right thigh back toward you. Try and stay relaxed in your upper body. And letting the left knee gently move out to the side, relaxing the space through the inner left hip crease. And one more deep breath in and out. And releasing. We can all meet up for a twist if you've been upside down. We'll take both feet to the floor. An option here is to wrap the right leg over the top of the left leg. Sit the hips over to your right and the knees over to your left. Twisting. And if it feels too strong, just stack the knees. Take a gentler twist. And with your knees to the left, gently roll on the back of your head. If you haven't already, complete the twist. Send the gaze out over your right shoulder. And then just slowly come back to center, re-wrap the legs. Make your way into your twist, opposite side. And one more deep breath in and out. Firm belly, bring yourself all the way back up. And from here, feel free to relax, recline into shavasana. We've got a couple of minutes here. If you'd like to gather an extra layer or any props to make yourself more comfortable, just getting them now. And resting back. Lay your arms alongside your body, your palms face up. And let your feet fall open and out to the sides. Feel the shape and length of your body. And adjust any asymmetries through the back of your body, just noticing where you're in contact with the mat. Feeling for a balance through the hips, the heels, the shoulders. And gently shutting down the eyes and taking a few quiet moments to let your breath relax, your nervous system to rest and digest the efforts of your practice. And feel free to linger here if you do have a little bit more time. Otherwise, just beginning to wriggle out and stretch out through your body. Bending the knees, taking your feet to the floor. Rolling over to your comfortable side. And letting your eyes open and adjust to the light in your room. And then really slowly dragging yourself all the way back up to sit. I hope you've enjoyed practice today. Thanks so much for joining me. Namaste.